Kids aren't computers waiting to be programmed. They're not factory product on an assembly line. So why are we still teaching like they are? This is part of the Mere series, inspired by C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity. Just like Lewis found core truths that unite all Christians, we're looking for the fundamental principles that actually work in education. We're in the middle of education wars, arguing endlessly about curriculum and methods, but we've forgotten the most important question: who are we actually teaching? We're not programming computers or manufacturing products on an assembly line. We're cultivating human beings. And if we want to get education right, we need to remember what it means to be human. I made a video a while back called Spider Spaghetti, where I talk about how real learning isn't divided into neat little boxes like school subjects, but connected like a web where everything reaches out and connects to everything else. When you strip away all the arguments about homeschool versus public school, classical versus progressive, phonics versus whole language, you find that everyone who truly cares about children is fighting for the same three things. Humans are story-shaped creatures. We don't learn best through data dumps or standardized tests. Our brains aren't hard drives waiting for information to be downloaded. They're more like campfires waiting for a story to be told. You can memorize the date 1776, but you'll never truly understand the American Revolution until you hear the story of a soldier freezing at Valley Forge, holding on to the flickering hope of a new nation. That's when history stops being dates on a page and becomes human. You can show a child a physics formula and their eyes will glaze over, but tell them the story of Archimedes leaping out of his bathtub and shouting "Eureka!" when he discovered how to measure volume, and suddenly the principle isn't just a formula, it's a moment of human genius they can connect with. Stories create emotional connections. They give facts a place to live in our minds instead of just passing through them. Wonder must come before curriculum. Curiosity has to precede content. A child who looks up at the sky and genuinely wonders, "Why is it blue?" is infinitely more ready to learn about light refraction than a child forced to memorize a chapter about it. The moment we answer a question a child hasn't asked, we rob them of the joy of discovery. Charlotte Mason, a 19th century British educator, understood this perfectly. She encouraged what she called nature studies, where a child would simply sit outside with a flower and a sketchbook, observing, questioning, and wondering rather than memorizing facts from a textbook. She also recommended throwing out the textbook entirely and using living books, books that were written for the real world by people who were really passionate about the subject matter. Wonder isn't wasted time. It's the soil where real knowledge grows. Without it, we're just scattering seeds on concrete. Relationships are the foundation of all learning. Education is fundamentally relational, not transactional. You could have the most perfect, scientifically proven curriculum in the world, but if it's delivered by someone a child doesn't trust or respect, it might as well be noise. Think of the Socratic method, the ancient teaching technique, where instead of lecturing, a teacher asks questions that guide students to discover the answers themselves. It works because it's a conversation. It's a relationship between teacher and student exploring ideas together. That's why learning happens best in community, whether it's a family around a dinner table or a classroom full of friends. Relationship provides the encouragement and accountability that you just can't find studying alone. Charlotte Mason captured this beautifully when she said, "Education is an atmosphere, a discipline, a life. It's not a product to be consumed or a system to be optimized. It's the lifelong process of becoming more fully human." Story, wonder, relationship. Everything else is just details. If you want to dig deeper, I'd recommend Rethinking School by Susan Wise Bauer, the Read-Aloud Handbook by Trelease, and A Thomas Jefferson Education by DeMille. What's one thing that sparked a genuine wonder in you as a kid? Let me know in the comments below.